What is up, YouTube, and welcome to a special episode of Behind the Wall presented by Perky Jerky. I'm Junior Nation 5788, and as always, I am here with my co-counsel, Thermite 917 and Kane Jr. 88. And our topic of discussion is going to be the new NASCAR game. NASCAR Heat 2 has been announced and will be released on September 12th, 2017.
Yes.
And there was recently some announcements made for the game. We obviously knew the initial introduction, the fact that it was going to be another NASCAR game, a new one, basically kind of a sequel to NASCAR Heat Evolution. We have a cover as well unveiled. So Kyle Busch ended up winning the cover race, and you'll see right there, that is what it's going to look like. And the big discussion point of the entire thing is the fact that all three series, Cup, Xfinity, and Trucks, are going to be returning to the NASCAR gaming franchise. So that's a pretty big deal. And that in its own is just like a huge discussion. A lot of people have wanted it for years and years and years, and it's finally going to be back. So what's your initial thoughts on NASCAR Heat 2?
Well, I think the fact that they are adding all three series it's a great step forward compared to Heat Evolution. It's the first time all three would be in a game since I think '09 from EA Sports, and obviously Dirt to Daytona had that as well, so they know a thing or two about putting those in there. Hopefully the physics are good. That was probably my biggest disappointment for Heat Evolution. If every series drives pretty similar and has the same freaking engine sounds as 2003, I'm not going to be too happy. But the fact that those are in and all of their respective tracks are in, like Iowa, Motorsport, Eldora, that's huge, Road America, Mid-Ohio. So even if the game is kind of the same as Heat Evolution, at least we have some new tracks. I'm always looking forward to racing at different tracks. A lot of the drivers from the Trucks and Xfinity are in. I don't think we'll see too many fantasy drivers. I mean, if Ray Black is in a game, they kind of dug deep for it. So,
yeah. So, and that's a really great thing that they're going out and they're making sure they get all the licensing. Obviously everything's not entirely finalized yet, but I think that they're going to try their damnedest to get a full field of people from everybody. Like just for Truck Series, everybody from a Matt Crafton to hopefully a Norm Benning. If they can manage to get that all down, that's pretty cool. So that's a good thing. Right from the start. Obviously, completely agree with the entirety of the physics. That is a huge thing that has to change. Heat Evolution was absolute ass. I did not play the game. I didn't purchase it. But you can just tell, as somebody who has played many hours and hours and hours of NASCAR video games of the entirety of my life, you can just tell how the car drives by looking at it. And, it was terrible. A part of that has to do with the game engine they're using. It's incredibly poor. And obviously they're going to be using the same thing. You can't tell me that within 1 year of time they're going to just get a brand new game engine and they're going to redo everything. Bullshit. It is going to be a copy-paste.
Yeah, because, I mean, from NASCAR 2011 to 15, it was basically the same core game. There's not much you can do about it without redoing the whole thing. And, the Heat Evolution guys, DMR 704, whatever you want to call them, they had the option of taking everything from Utechnics. And they probably should have taken some things, because the Utechnics games weren't horrible. They have their flaws. But, if they didn't have their flaws, it probably would have been a damn good game, or a few games. But no, they decided to scrap all that and go back to what they had in like 2003. Why do you think that's going to work in 2016, 2017? So a lot of things didn't make sense. They tried to make a better dirt, or it wasn't a better Dirt to Daytona is what I was going with.
Hell no.
They tried, and man, I would have killed for a better Dirt to Daytona. I don't even care if the cars sound the same, but the physics are worse than 2003, guys. I mean, and there's less content. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like it's crying foul time. It feels like.
Yeah. I mean, for Christ's sake, when you're copy and pasting sounds, spotter sounds, engine sounds from 2002, these guys clearly don't know what the hell they're doing. I, I mean, I'm not saying making a video game's easy, but for Christ's sake, Technics did it better. And Technics has made some of the worst video games ever. I'm going to reference this video game. If anybody who listens to this probably won't even know what the hell it is. It's called Ride to Hell Retribution. One of the worst games, critically and audience reviewed, of all time. It was a absolute disaster. And please do yourself a favor. There's a gentleman who has a very popular YouTuber. His name is Angry Joe. He does video game reviews. He did a video game review on Ride to Hell Retribution. Watch it. You will be both comically amused and disgusted by this video game. It's a disaster. But Technics, above that, still managed to make a decent NASCAR game. And these guys, they're managing to do worse, which is unbelievable. We used to shit on Technics left and right, and now we're sad that they're gone.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing.
Yes, I mean that is such a that is such a sad statement to make, and I would be kicking my ass and laughing if I would have heard myself say this 3 years ago, before they left. I'd be like, yeah, right. Get that. We were saying, get the hell out of here, Technics. Give up the license. Give it to somebody else. Well, come back, please.
Yeah.
Or something. Just. Oh my God, these guys. Seriously, please prove me wrong. That's realistically all I've got to say about Heat Evolution was terrible. They need to have updates. That needs to happen. That was what worried me when the fact that these 3 series got announced. I was just like, man, do they really need to be doing this right now? Because that seems like a lot on their plate. We all 3 of us know, you guys have played Heat Evolution, you have it, and you know how it acts, and it just seems like they're putting such a weight on their shoulders by adding 2 more series to the game that need to have a different feel. It definitely gives me a concern.
I do think, though, that fans were complaining so much about wanting those series that they kind of just had to. They were just put in a box. They got to do it no matter what this time, or else they might lose the license. Who knows? So hopefully they get it right. I got my fingers crossed. It's already looking better than Heat Evolution. In terms of physics, I'm reading that they have worked on the game's bump drafting and side drafting systems to make them more useful. And that's kind of a big thing, because I know in Heat Evolution, bump drafting was like non-existent. It would probably even hurt your car more if you ran into someone than the guy in front. And side drafting, I don't even know if we've really seen in a NASCAR game. I mean, maybe it could have been there, but they've never really talked about it. So that could be cool. That's a huge part of racing these days. I know they're going to expand the damage model. Hopefully they expand the crash physics to make it more like Dirt to Daytona, because that was some of the best I've played. Heat Evolutions was like throwing a box at a wall. Not even a box, like a brick. But
it was awful. Is what you're saying.
I mean,
so
I think physics and like depth is the 2 biggest things I'm looking for. And I mean, I guess they kind of got that going with the 3 series, so that's already, getting ahead of the game a little bit. They have the stages that they're going to implement. It looks like it'll be okay, but we won't know until it comes out.
Another thing that was kind of highly requested, but you're not really gonna get it, was a paint booth. It was a nice little feature. Obviously, we don't really have to explain it because that's what brought us all together. The feature of the Technics games, and that was a great thing to have. But they're kind of bringing it back, but it's definitely not going to be to the lengths and how Technics and the free scale and free reign that you had in that paint booth. This is going to be more of a adjustments
Like dirt
and
to Daytonas.
yeah,
Like pick a
it's
template and pick the colors and a number, and that's
pretty
about it.
much. So it's not much of a paint booth. It's just, kind of arcadey like you saw and even in the EA games. Just not a whole lot to offer. Basically, I mean, they're bringing it back what you saw in the old days. So I mean, to me, it's not really a huge deal. There's obviously disappointment because of what you saw with the Technics game and where they could go with it. But
Yeah.
unfortunately,
But
I think everybody needs to realize that era of the painting aspect is over, and
pretty
they need
much, if you
they're
want that,
gonna
go to iRacing.
pretty much, yeah, they need to,
Yeah.
and you know
But
it doesn't matter anyways, because even with
yeah,
future games, when they start to get better with it, and then hopefully they get better with it and start to expand on the paint booth, they need to get to a point where it is like Forza or something like that, where it's a lot easier and you're not just like creating everything by hand, while that
yeah,
shows
that
talent
was a great challenge.
yeah,
But
it showcased how much talent. Great job, Thermite. Look at your paint schemes, man.
yeah, look at my 1,000 layer cars that took 15 hours to make. I mean, that was great for its time, but I think, at least for those who have painted a long time, I think we're a little tired. So
Yeah,
this
absolutely. I'm
could be a little
tired.
bit of a break. And
I
I
mean,
think,
look at
sorry,
Middleburg. He's retired, so
I'm retired.
yeah, it drove him out of it. He does not enjoy art anymore because he has painted so much.
I don't want to do it anymore. But that
No,
is the truth. I don't want to do it anymore just because of how long it takes. I love painting cars. It's a great little hobby, but ultimately the hobby, in order to be good at it, in order to paint authentic cars, you got to put so much hours and preciseness into it, and that I just don't want to do that anymore. So that's the reason why I don't have a problem with this game not having a full in-depth
yeah.
paint booth like that. But like I said, in the future, it needs to be expanded and made entirely different, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I think for this game, it'll be just enough to give your car an identity, and I think that's fine. And it's also nice you can take them online now. That's what it's saying. Customized and DLC cars can be taken online, which is a big deal since Heat Evolution, no matter what DLC cars you got, no one else knew. It was just, whatever paint scheme was supposed to be at that track in real life that day or whatever. So a little more, just like variety of cars out there and stuff you can show people. It just brings a sense of community back a little bit. So it's good they're doing that. And like you said, hopefully, maybe they can expand on it in the future. But for now, it's something. Let's work on the gameplay first, and then think about the little, paint booth and details and stuff a little bit later.
Yeah, that was my mindset going into Heat Evolution, but obviously, Heat Evolution failed pretty badly, so now you have to move that mindset onto this game. So, but enough about that. I think it's pretty cool to have another little feature here. It's a small one, but the front menu apparently is going to have like a news feed based off of. You're going to see real life NASCAR news. So kind of Madden does something very similar, where they have a tracker and various news comes up, stuff like that. So I think that's kind of cool. Just a neat little small element throwing in there, and that's part of what this game needs. It needs the small things. We want to see that, and
Yeah, exactly.
that's something cool to add.
I hope it
Obviously,
says where did Cody Coughlin finish.
that's huge news. We definitely need to know where Turkey Sub finished. So Cody Coughlin wrecked out and finished 27th. Oh no.
I know split screen is back, I think. I know people were complaining about wanting that.
So yeah,
So
split screen's back. There's obviously plenty more features to discuss here. Multiplayer, new split screen. Just in case you got a buddy that comes over and you want to play NASCAR Heat 2, you can do it together. Well, that's exciting. So
if you have a friend who lives near you that likes that game, that's a good friend. You gotta keep him, because that's gonna be hard to come by. Then other like multiplayer online related stuff. I know they're putting cautions back online. I know they just had to do that. I know it might get kind of sketchy with 40 people online. There'll be a caution every half lap. But in terms of just realistic races, I don't even... Are they going to put the stages online? That might be kind of a mess. But
hopefully not.
you need cautions in a NASCAR game, whether it's online or off. So it's a good move they're doing that. can fill out the remaining field with AI cars. I know the F1 games do that. That might be kind of cool as long as the AI are good and don't run you into the fence or anything. They're going to have leaderboards. I don't know what exactly is going on with this, but whether you're online or off, points are going to be based on your performance and will be tracked on a rolling 4-race basis, so you can kind of see who's the best over the course of a few races. The points leader at the end of every 4 races will be crowned the king like Richard Petty. These races can span different series as well.
What the
So,
fuck? I don't. I'm so confused by those two particular points there. Like, what the hell? Are you gonna have like a round robin small tournament online, and you could just like, round up
well,
some points and stuff like that? And
I think because
if
I don't know because I've been playing Dirt 4 obviously, and they do it like you can do like some like mini championships with whoever's in your lobby, and if they just join late, they'll just get less points. But it just kind of shows who's the best over the course of a few races. Now the fact that they're still tallying points even if you're off by yourself, I don't know exactly how if that's going to like show truly show who's the best. But I don't know. It's just a little extra thing. We'll see if it works or not.
yeah, we'll see what the hell that's all about when some real gameplay and some more in-depth analysis comes out, because that confuses the living shit out of me right there. But
Yeah,
at
because
least
they're still going to do the speed points too, which says how good you are at each track. So they're just
no,
doing a couple different things with it.
that, to be honest with you, that was just such a stupid waste of a feature. Like, it just was like, who gives a damn? Like, it just
Yeah,
made no sense. Like, you could win and, oh, you get a speed rating of 105. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Like, who
right.
cares?
It's the fast lap you got in that race or something. I think that's how Dirt to Daytona was.
It just it's just
But
weird. I don't know.
it is weird.
I didn't like it. I think it's pointless, and they need to just either they need to alter it into some other ranking system or something. Just make it different.
Yeah, and in Heat Evolution, the thing that came with that was tracks being locked. That is stupid. They're not locking tracks in Heat 2, so they at least realized that was stupid.
Well, I don't even know what genius came up with that in the first place. Like, seriously, just a track shouldn't be a damn reward. I mean, maybe some fantasy tracks or some shit, but like just a regular standard racetracks. Come on now, that
Like, ooh,
was
I unlocked Jimmy Johnson. Like, no, they should be there from the start. That's just how it should be.
holy shit! I just unlocked Cody Coughlin's Jags paint scheme. What?
Jax!
Jags. Wow, yeah, no, they don't need to pull any stupidity like that. Hopefully they filtered all of that nonsense out, but hopefully they have a lot more statistics available. I knew that was a complaint too. You just felt
Yeah.
like you got online and you just couldn't see what you did. For Christ's sake, in NASCAR 15, at least there was enough statistics to tell you your wins. I don't know if it gave you top fives, laps led, miles ran, all sorts of
Yeah.
little knick-knack shit. It was there. It wasn't spiced up great, but it was still there. Heat Evolution had
Well, that game
nothing.
had so many glitches it didn't really tell the true story either, but it was sometimes it did, and it was fun to look at.
Right. So that needs to definitely come back, stuff like that. And I think that they learned from that.
Uh, Career mode.
Yeah,
You
we
are
already
starting
went
out in the
past
trucks and got to work your way up.
it.
They said it's not going to be quite as much of a grind as Heat Evolution because apparently I never played career mode in that game, but I guess it took a long time to rank up and everything. But this one, it's still going to be tough, but you at least have a better shot to get in good equipment and stuff a little bit earlier. So you still got to work for it, but it's not going to make you necessarily throw your controller after you playing it for 20 hours and not getting anywhere.
Well, that's good news.
That is good news.
That's great
Great
news.
news.
And that's career mode. The end.
Whee! Seriously, it better be a lot more in depth than that. But at least you gotta work your way up, so that's pretty cool. Going back to things that we liked in the older games, in '04, NASCAR Thunder 2004 was an excellent example as far as like little side features that pretty much every game since has been missing. Like, I like seeing little things. I want a trophy room, man. You have a career mode, and you win races, you win a championship, you see the little championship trophy. It's so small and minuscule. You think it wouldn't take really that much to code that in, but nobody does it. They don't.
Yeah.
They haven't been. They might do it. I know there were half-ass trophies or whatever at the end of races in Heat Evolution. Ooh, here's your trophy. Let me spin it around. Woo! No,
Yeah.
that's not. That's no. Just stop it. Their whole.
Yeah.
First of all, their whole victory celebration was complete garbage, and games don't have that anymore. Oh, 04 was a great game that had that. They need victory celebrations. They need a trophy room. They need all this little stuff that just makes a NASCAR game seem complete. Okay? A NASCAR isn't all about the racing and physics. Okay? A great deal of it is, but that's not all what we want. I don't feel like I'm asking for much. We saw this shit in games past. Why can't it happen now?
Yeah, they got to do more research, I think. But just in addition to what you said, in career mode you could hire and fire the pit crew members. You had your little shop where you could build engines and make new chassis, and after the race it would say who the rookie of the race was and stuff like that. There were the fantasy tracks, anywhere from even '98 had fantasy tracks. You can't do that anymore, guys.
Yeah, like seriously, just so much fun stuff, and it's all missing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't
Yeah.
care. They're
Oh
lazy.
yeah. Production cars in NASCAR '05. That was hell fun as hell.
Yeah, those were
Yeah,
cool
I mean-
too. I mean,
Yeah.
all this
Just
random
try new stuff.
Yeah. Is it that hard? I guess
Don't
so.
take stuff
Yeah.
away.
What's something else? Like there's so many great things that were involved in games over the years. Oh, so you all remember the unlockables from Dirt to Daytona, and even though they were totally unrealistic, they were just fun. They were little trinkets to add to the game. Super draft, one of the funnest damn things to do. It was just insane. You just blow through a pack of cars. It was so fun, like the horn mortar and more. You remember more
Yeah,
of them than
the
I
front
do.
wheel drive. You could
Yeah.
replace the car with a giant crew member.
Yes, that
Just
was so
random
cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yes, it was so much fun. And you want to know what video games are about? Fun. They are about fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we want realism too. We're not going to sell that short. But damn it, we want fun too. That's what the whole point of video games are. Don't you? I mean, like, as a kid, like playing like a Dirt to Daytona, you had so much fun with it. I don't have fun with these games anymore, okay? The
Yeah.
only way I do is online playing with you guys, just, having some close battles. That has nothing to do with the AI. It has nothing to do really with the game. That's all on us to make our own
Yeah.
fun. So,
Right. And I still play Dirt to Daytona, to this day. And, that's sad when a game from 2003 or whatever is, more fun than, 2016. And then I think one thing you also forgot to mention, for neat features and whatnot, were the lightning challenges.
yes.
And Heat Evolution, and even Technics, I think they had their little challenges and stuff, but it was just dry. Like there was nothing, I don't know what the word is, just nothing.
They dropped the ball.
They dropped the ball. There's nothing magical about it, man.
And then also you got, in addition to that, you also have like the Thunder plates from NASCAR, NASCAR
Yeah.
Thunder 2003, '04, '05, '06, and so on and so forth. Like, what happened to those? Those were, I mean, especially when you got to unlocking those were fun as hell. Like when you beat those challenges, and it was like so worth it in the end.
Yeah,
I mean,
you could,
obviously, you can unlock anything from production cars to new tracks to new paint
starting
schemes.
on the
Hell,
pole.
yeah, starting on the bull. Hell, you unlocked the fucking UPS truck for Dale Jarrett, for God's sakes,
Yeah.
in NASCAR '06.
Yeah.
I mean, that was so fun driving that truck. I mean, that thing's indestructible, first of all, so you can't get damaged, and you can literally just run over guys with it.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
Dirt to Daytona had Beat the Heat, with Alan Bestwick introducing everything and, those fun little challenges. I think, that's another thing that these games are missing these days. I know, doesn't like Rick Allen introduce races in career mode or something in Heat Evolution?
Yes, he does.
But, I want to see, the faces too, and it's just a better presentation and not just, here's your race, go finish.
Well, so obviously, there's a lot of stuff, that we want to see added to a game. Obviously, if they could, all this stuff we just mentioned could be jam-packed into a game, it would be like the best title ever, and that would be like, the ultimate game. There's a lot of new things coming to this game. Hopefully they learned a lesson. Heat Evolution, they just set the bar so low, and it's concerning. And I don't know
Uh-huh.
that you just want to go out and spend full pop on this game right away. Definitely, I can't wait to see some full-on gameplay footage and get an idea of what this game's gonna be like. So, but hey, we all hope we're all gonna hope for the best, and this could be a really fun game if they execute it well. Are you guys planning on buying it?
I mean, I pretty much jumped on Heat Evolution no matter what. But I think for Heat 2, I'll wait a little bit. But, I mean, if I need my NASCAR fix, I might just end up getting it, if I have the money, obviously. But, I mean, Heat Evolution does have a ton of potential. They just have to, realize it and, make the best of it. And if they don't do that, I don't know what's next for the NASCAR games.
Kane, what about you?
Well, typically when a new NASCAR game comes out, I usually wait a few months, usually till around Christmas, to get it, because I'm not sure what the gameplay is like. If it's okay, then I might get it. If not, well, then I'm really not sure. I mean, obviously, like you guys have been saying, it's we all know it's going to be another shitty ass copy and paste. I mean, I don't know. It's just hard being and I don't want to complain. It's hard to put into words like exactly what I want to see in a NASCAR game, but But I like I said, I'll usually wait like 3 months after it comes out.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, that's fair enough. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, another thing to take in consideration, maybe a little bit of price drop. I'm pretty stingy like that, too. I always used to be the way of, like, I just get a NASCAR game on release, because that's what I do, because I will get the money back out of it. There's other titles there that I'd love to play that I waited a long time to get. And NASCAR usually isn't one that I do that. I'm the only one of the three here, obviously I've already mentioned it, that didn't buy Heat Evolution. I refuse that shit. And I will absolutely do the same thing for this game. I'll watch gameplay and I will make my own opinion and judgment of the game, and I'll decide from there whether I want to spend full pop for the game or not. They need to have something worthwhile spending full retail price on, and we'll see. But that wraps it up. No more need to talk about shitty games until this one comes out. So, for Kane Junior 88, for Thermite 917, for myself, Junior Bowl Nation 5788. This has been Behind the Wall, presented by Perky Jiffy. You've been Behind the Wall, and thank you for listening. Yeah, we know now that Kyle Busch is going to be on the cover. So that's great. Everything's great there. So they 704 Games, formerly Duesenberry Martin Racing, which is hilarious that they had to change their name probably to distance themselves from Heat Evolution or just confuse the shit out of people. So I find that extremely funny.
Where'd that number come from?
Yeah, real creative. Ooh. Let's put the area code in our company name. That's brilliant.
Let's put the whole phone number.
Yeah, so electric we can call it
704-643.
and complain.
Oh my
Let's
God.
complain.
They don't want to do that. There's a lot of pissed off people about this, about the game and their choices and everything. Good God.
It goes on to mention the cover race, which we already know. Stupid Kyle Busch is on there. Truex didn't even have a
Let's hope
chance.
for a cover, Jinx.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it happened to Carl Edwards, obviously. That threw him out of the
Yeah.
sport.
That game was so bad it forced Carl Edwards to retire.
Yeah. Because, just, they, yeah. Hold on.
Yeah. I want to talk about unlockables. You obviously all
Yeah.
remember Dirt to Daytona and those little fun unlockables they had. You know, totally
NASCAR,
unrealistic.
NASCAR Thunder with the Thunder plates.
You
Yeah.
interrupted me, Kane, you son of
You
a
just went
bitch.
like in another direction for a
Yeah,
sec.
you went totally like, oh my god, here's you.
Remember those unlockables like, and then like, remember NASCAR Thunder 2004 had this?
Oh my god. Yeah, man, that race was pretty good, you know. We want to talk some more about that. I had a chocolate ice cream. You got to get that. You got to crank that Wii up, you know. Crank it up. Stand up. Crank Wii into motion.
Yeah.
Yep. I
got my
really
Wii in a
should've chosen
box.
my words.
That's a good one.
Okay.
That's a fucking good
I
one.
should have just said Nintendo Wii.
I got my Wii in a box.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
Because Heat Evolution, just real quick, you know,
who else?
it's
Okay,
very
hold on. You gotta
accessible.
pause. You gotta pause. Somebody was just tapping like a motherfucker.
Was it?
Bullshit. It
Oh,
wasn't you.
It was.
You were like, what the fuck are you doing?
That wasn't
Tapping
even,
the-
I was. Oh no, it was my controller.
Well, there you go.
Well, they.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're fucking tapping
guess-
along to "We Will Rock You." Stop it. We will not rock you. Anyhow, so you know, split screen is an available option. It's back, so you know that's cute. Just do it. They did it for the kids, so that's great.
Yeah.
It's like Halloween, giving them more candy. Yeah.
And then Denny Hamlin can steal it if your house is William Byron's.
Yeah.
And Kyle Busch comes
But-
along and steals every bit
Yeah.
of candy you have.
Oh, yes. I
Anyway,
think Kane should talk.
Kane should probably say something. Say something, you big fucking bear.
Jesus.
Well, I don't know if I want to be excited about this new game. I mean, obviously I'm excited about the two different series. You know, the Xfinity and the trucks being in there finally. Although I kind of want the K&N series to be in there as well. You know,
Too much.
Yeah, I guess it is too much. Maybe because
Modifieds.
NASCAR.
Wheeler Modifieds.
Yeah, Wheeling Modifieds.
Shane, why don't we stay on topic
Someone just
here and
drank
talk
something.
about the new features?
Yeah.
Lightning Challenge.
Anybody want to have Thunder license challenges?
Will we earn Thunder plates to unlock new paint schemes? Paint,
Okay,
or,
Barney.
excuse me,
Gems?
paint schems. Paint schems,
Schems.
yeah.
Yeah. Say something. Say something about multiplayer, damn it.
Multiplayer. Well, I don't know how that affects me, because I really don't have anybody else to play with in this area besides Nick. I mean, I remember when I was younger, me and my brother would do it all the time, you know, play multiplayer, but he hates NASCAR now, so...
Well,
Or
your
at least
brother's
he just
a piece
doesn't
of
care
shit.
for it anymore.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
He's
he
gonna take
is.
his footy pajamas and go down to fucking Dairy Queen and get himself a Blizzard and then spill it all over himself. You know what, you know, you know, you know,
You can,
you know,
Mm.